Yeah, we thought they had some, had a few loafs and had a couple MAs, and Maskell and KJ pretty good. We just thought they played a little better. So that's it's a kind of a week-to-week deal. It has been all year, but X and Miles, buddy, they responded tonight, and I think KJ and Maskell did some good stuff too.
You were able to get a good bit of that pressure late, three-man, it looked like.
Yeah.
Is that pleasing?
It is, but and that you got to give a lot of credit to our coverage, number one. But they I thought were physical, and they kept him as corralled as they could. And you saw us a couple times with Barrett, in there. He was kind of the third guy, if you will, and just had a little bit more speed on the field. And those guys did a good job of not just, rushing up the field and creating rush lanes. They shut it down when they needed to. They pushed the pocket and kind of squeezed him a little bit with some power, because that's hard. I mean, it's hard when you're a three-member. But our coverage did a good job, and we made him hold the ball a little bit. And you got to give some guys some credit on the back end as well.
Coach, 32 straight wins in Death Valley. You said several times this week you needed the crowd to show up. How much did you feel their presence?
Yeah, the fourth quarter was awesome. I mean, it was awesome, and hope they all got their money's worth. That's for sure. I was looking for it looked like a lot of people were gone in the third quarter. I think there were some people showed up late. They might have been out in the parking lot or something. But man, they kind of got back in there, and man, fourth quarter was incredible. I really appreciate their spirit and their energy. It was loud. I couldn't hardly hear at one point. I mean, I couldn't really hear well talking to Tony and Brent a couple of times. It was so loud. So just really appreciate the enthusiasm and just sticking with these guys, supporting them, and happy. That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing to win that amount of games at home. I mean, it's incredible, and that's special. Our seniors, something they take pride in. If we can finish at home undefeated, it'll be the first back-to-back senior class to leave undefeated since 1940 and 1941. So that's hard. That's hard to do. It's hard to win, and especially to win consistently. I don't care where you play, but that's something that's important to those guys. I mean, they want to be undefeated at home. They want to be undefeated anywhere, but that's something that's still on the table for these guys, and it was just really cool to see them be able to find a way to get it done tonight.
Well, Shipley's touchdown run, it almost kind of seemed like even though you saw plenty of guys ahead of him, you just kind of knew he was going to reach the end zone. Is that kind of your perspective? I
mean, he's amazing. I mean, he and Muffin. Don't forget we didn't have Kobe tonight. Kobe's a great player. I mean, we don't have many, but the three we got they are truly special players, and they all bring different things and attributes. But Shipley is what he is. I mean, he's just relentless. And again, sometimes he kind of has big eyes, those big freshman eyes. And as his eyes get a little smaller, and his breath gets a little more controlled, it's unbelievable what he's going to be able to do. I mean, I'm just telling you, he's just and in the passing game as well. I mean, he can do so much. But he's just relentless. He's just kind of built different than a lot of people. And man, I love Phil Maffa. You talk about a big stallion. I mean, he is the sweetest kid, and those two are roommates. They're great friends, and they're going to be a fun duo, and be happy when we get Kobe back. I know he was watching and excited for those guys to get it done, but we got a special group right there.
Any update on Maffa, what he's dealing with?
I don't. I just know he couldn't. They had to hold him out in the fourth quarter, so we'll see what happens where he is tomorrow. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Any idea on Trotter?
No, I think Trotter. I think they tried to get him back in there. I think they taped him up, and kind of braced him up, but obviously Putnam was able to go back, but he was hurting. Both of them were out at one time. So we'll see. We'll see. But good to get Rayburn back. We just kind of play musical chairs every single week, seems like. But old Rayburn went in there. How about that guy? you know. I mean, he hadn't played. He's been out. And, shoot, he has to roll in there and did a heck of a job for us. So we'll figure it out as we go. But hopefully it's not something that keeps him out next week. But I'll know more tomorrow night when I talk to y'all.
Tony was saying that, you know, in practice with Justin Ross, it's a show, that he makes a lot of plays. This is closer to what you've seen out in practice.
Yeah. He was awesome. And, you know, we made the right throws. And like I said, we missed him. Hey, that was a heck of a route. The sprint out, double move. I mean, man, what a great route. And I mean, he was open probably 4 or 5 yards behind that guy, and we just sailed the ball. But he had a really, really good game, and that's the whole game. I mean, Ngata did some good things. Obviously, EJ and that was a crazy play. I mean, goodness gracious, EJ's on the ground, he gets up, and then, I mean, you know, and that's what I was telling, it's kind of hard to get frustrated with DJ because, you know, he got up and he was able to complete the pass, but I'm like, you know, it was kind of a screwed up deal when your receiver's laying on the ground. Maybe we just throw that in the ground and let's just live for 2nd and 10, but, you know, he's also trying to make a play, and then EJ's just got to hang on to it, but so good to get him back. So we got him back, we got Ngata back, so hopefully we can, you know, kind of keep them rolling a little bit.
Was that the happy?
Bo Collins is growing up, making some plays and getting behind guys. So he had a nice play, and I think he got a PI as well. So he's getting better.
Was that maybe the most joyful or, I guess, carefree locker room
Oh,
that you've seen
man.
this season?
Yeah, it was sweet, it was special. It was special. You know, they deserved it. They needed something. They needed something really good to happen for them, and you know, that right there, even though it's hard to make a living that way, it's kind of, you know, you get over 50, that'll age you quick. But sometimes those are sweeter than, you know, a 35-3 or something, especially when you're trying to, you know, build and teach and, you know, lean on the foundation that we have in place. It's great for them.
Any questions from Zoom?
Zoom just checking in from duty, though.
Oh, yeah, they didn't show up last week. They're back.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Is that it? All right, appreciate you.